Terminar o nosso storage que a gente tava fazendo ontem. Eu vou tentar refazer essa esteira aqui, porque vai que ela tenha desbugado, né? Não, não desbugou, então vai ficar assim. Deixa eu já abrir o nosso vídeo. Histórico.
Something like this. And at this point we are ready to do some decorating. Although before we go ahead, I would like to say, if you want to save yourself some time from doing this, this blueprint is available on my Patreon page, as well as many others following our 1.0 playthrough. Anyway, let's get to the decorating. For this section, we are going to add our small 0.5 meters that you have available. And once done,
Basicamente ele chega aqui. Ele vai pegar um buraco de chão. E vai botar no teto. Ah, isso já funciona?
it should look something about that you have available. And once done, it should look some.
Fazer um teste. Não tá certo, é que eu tô botando essa porra ao contrário.
This flow from our splitter that we've just played. Going to add our floor.
Ô, Rodolfo, Oxe, tá fazendo o que aí, cara?
Acho
Cara, eu
que-
tô testando essa fralda
Acho que
aqui.
ele tá
Eu fiz uma
jogando
venda aqui,
excesso pra
57
cima.
Then we will have the right output as the overflow. And we can do this for each of these. From here, we're going to need to place another floor. It's going to be that you have available. And once done, it should look something like this.
Botar um buraco primeiro nos dois. Bom, tá igual o meu aqui.
And at this point, we are ready to do some decorating. Although before we go ahead, I would like to say, if you want to save yourself some time from doing this, this blueprint is available on my Patreon page, as well as many others following our 1.0 playthrough. Anyway, let's get to the decorating.
Vamos lá.
For this section, we are going to add our small 0.5 meter signs.
Tá, ele pega 0.5. Eu não sei nem como é que ele abre daquele jeito lá. Não, foi mal, é organização aqui, ó.
Just along the sides. We're also going to do it about halfway up as well. Really, you can choose where you want it. And then we're going to grab a larger square sign. So the 2 meter we can place on the front, or if you want, you can. Do the 1 meter. I think the 2 meter looks best. And the idea is that
Ele botou de 2.
alongside our elevator display, we also can place the item that we want here. And for this, I've gone with a glossy look, and I've turned emission off just so that we get a different texture on the front. might actually be a mission strength 1. And then for these, we've gone with whichever color we feel. I'm just going to keep these as blue for now. And then along the...
Então vamos lá. Esse azul aqui é o que ele usa aqui. Beleza. Aqui ele bota
The bottom, I'm whichever color we've strength 1, so that we get a different texture on the front. Might actually be a mission strength 1. And then for these, we've gone with...
Não, ele deixa no fosco mesmo com...
Yeah, sure. I think with all of the breaks, also going color with strength.
Não passei
Just
muito,
so
né?
that we get... I've gone with a glossy look and I've turned a mission off, just so that we get a different texture on the front. Might actually be a mission strength 1. And then for these, we've gone with whichever color we feel. I'm just going to keep these as blue for now. And then along the bottom, I'm also going to add a bean. We're going to do this across all of the...
Tá. Aí agora vamos lá. O que que ele usa? Esse, acho que esse cara aqui.
Keep these as blue for now. And then along the...
O íconezinho.
bottom, I'm also going to add a bean now. And then along the bottom, I'm also going to add...
Ele apertou algum botão que ele trocou. Vamos pra aquela surra que a gente nunca sabe como é que troca as paradas. E aqui...
a bean. We're going to do this across all of the...
Tá. Tchau, amor. Beleza, foi.
The industrial storage containers.
É só
And
na
then
gambiarra, né,
have
cara?
a
Caralho.
beam connector just on the end. Just breaks up the design
Beam Connect.
a little. Speaking of breaking up the
Nada embaixo.
the design a little, it does look quite flat with all of this concrete. So what I have also done, other than to change the color of the concrete, such as using a copper finish, or I think I use an unpainted one for my
Eu acho que ficar bom, não fica bom.
build, is I've also grabbed a ladder. Now ladders just serve for design purposes.
Cada.
Not the actual function. So you have to make sure that you turn the ladder, otherwise they'll be buried inside. Unless that's the kind of style that you want, then by all means go for that. But I like just breaking up the overall shape.
Se o seu plano é conquistar sua liberdade e independência, tá na mão.
Tá, beleza.
Seu carro novo.
And you can
Vou botar as escadas aqui.
obviously change the color of these as you see. Fit as well. So we will go with copper for this.
Tô conseguindo botar essa escada? Beleza.
Finally, we're going to add our concrete pillar on top, and we're going to select a large one. And I'm going to zoom this all the way across. We'll do the same over here as well. And we can change the color of this.
Tá, então ele manda repetir. Um concreto aqui. Personalizado o aço. Aumentamos tudo.
There we have quite a compact design, and at this point we're ready to move on to the ceiling. The roof for this section can be quite finicky, so we're going to first of all grab our 4-meter foundation, and we're going to make sure that we're in vertical build mode, and we're going to go up 3. In fact, we should have done it on this section. Okay, we can delete that. That.
Dois, 3.
As long as we've got the right height. And then from here, we're going to grab a 2-meter ramped wall, like so. And we're going to want to make sure that it is
Ramp wall. Acho que essa não tem ainda. Parede inclinada. Acho que é esse aqui que ele quer. Eu vou ter 2 tickets aqui, com certeza. Aí tem essa lista. Agora é conjunto de parede de rampa ou conjunto de parede de rampa? É essa aqui.
All Fix-It Awesome Shop purchases are purely intended for professional Fix-It employee business.
is in line with the center of each of these concrete pillars. So we're going to just nudge that in place. Unfortunately, it doesn't want to do it here. There we go. Yeah, and we're going to do this on each of the pillar centers. One thing to...
Entendi. Peraí.
While building these now, add a carbon steel, and then as you're building these now, they should, you want, select it as
Vamos lá, parede. Rampa de parede, você não vê qual que é.
standard, and then so I'll build in mind I have the pillar center.
2. Ele virou biquinho pra lá. E tem que ficar alinhado com o meio do concreto aqui. E tá, né? Ele deixa colado assim.
That you finish.
Deixa. Beleza, foi aqui.
you'll next need to add a 1 meter inverted ramp, followed by a 1 meter straight piece.
Agora ele tá pedindo duas coisas que eu não tenho. Ele tá pedindo essa. Fala aí. Trabalha só mais tarde, cara. A pergunta que não quer calar é a seguinte: tu vai jogar ou não vai? Não, trabalha às 9. Deixar assim.